Hello there. If you are this person that who have been called the crazy girl, or if you are a man you have been called the weirdo, or there is something wrong with this person, or anything like that. In short, if you are a person living with mental illnesses such as depression, anxiety, or anything else, schizophrenia, bipolar, there is a long list. So this video is for you. I am Mehreen Hashmi and I'm a visual artist and a curator, and my work as an artist and my YouTube channel is based on my own developmental trauma and living with PTSD, and I'm going to share a lot of stories of getting unprofessional help, social taboos while living in Pakistan, not acceptance and denial of my mental illnesses, and my own struggles with a nervous breakdown recently. Developmental traumas, I have been through a lot of therapy, and in Pakistan, no offense, but there is not very good professional help available, and I have been, I would say, not a survivor, victim of that unprofessional help. So my first counselor, she was good. She put me into a routine of because I was abused for my entire childhood for 20 years, so she put me in a routine of wellness, and then managing my time and registering my body when it's tired. And there are a lot of physical challenges as well when you have traumas, because trauma stays in your muscle memory. And when you are physically and emotionally abused, when I was a kid, I didn't have I was not allowed to have water between doing chores, and once I was 12 years old and I was dragged to the kitchen when having high fever of 103 degrees, and dragged to do all the dishes, and I was mostly abused for being a sick child, that you did nothing because I was shivering with high fever and I was not well, or I had chicken pox and all of that, so I was not taken care of as a person as well. So I grew up in very dark situations and very brutal abuse as well, and I have because of that, after that also a lot of traumatizing events also of sexual assaults and everything else. And recently, last year, a close friend who was a trusted person took advantage of me, and I had to stop him when I was having a panic attack, when I was at my lowest. So that took a big toll on my health, mental, emotional, and physical health as well, because your body freezes and your defense mechanisms are flight, fight, or fright. And I'm a person who grew up without a mother or nurturing or a caretaker. So it's a lot to take on when you're living in a country like Pakistan. Don't label it as negative thoughts, but then being a woman, it's a lot of struggle to just make your standing as an adult and as a person who has a home or who's running ventures, and a woman who can make her own decisions as well and say no as well. So all of that happened last year. It revived all of my routine, all of my progress with my PTSD, my traumas, and everything, and I was looking for a therapist. And then something worse happened. My worst nightmare happened, because a lot of therapists don't understand trauma therapy. For traumas, you have a separate therapy, and it's not easy because you are revisiting your places and you are opening your wounds, and it stays in your cognitive memory. And I was very carefully looking for a good therapist, a senior therapist. So there was this therapist at CIC, and I wrote an email to her, and I told her that I have been assaulted so many times since my childhood and all of that, and I need this for this one. So she pretended to understand, but she made a lot of professional mistakes. And when I discussed it with other friends who have been in therapy, or who knows, or other therapists also, and a lot of things, that I took emotional and social support because I was looking for a good therapist, people called it a phase, and all of that misunderstandings, social misunderstandings that I had to face. You all know that, so I'm not going in those details. So what she did was terrible. It led me to having panic attacks for 2 weeks. She did not take my emergency numbers, knowing that I live alone and I am the caretaker of myself. I told her distinctly that I have to run the house, I have to organize food, my house, my work, money, everything. And it's common sense. If one person is sick and one person is taking care of herself, it's a common sense. But sorry to say, but the biases of her really took a lot of put me in danger, my life in danger, and I could have done anything to myself. I collapsed badly. She provoked all of my traumas. She didn't know who to call. She didn't help me when I was in, uh, 24 hours of nervous breakdown. I was in that position. And when you go for trauma therapy, I came to know from other therapists that you need a psychiatrist, you need medication for anxiety disorder. Otherwise, it can put your life in danger. So if you have panic attacks for 2 weeks, you are already going low on your energy level, and then when you are the only one who's taking care of yourself, then it's worse. I was trying to tell people, my close friends who did not understand. I knocked on every door I could for help, because it's not about negative and positive thoughts. Your mind is an organ. There is a chemical imbalance is happening, and someone fucked up to my head who was a professional, and she was not helping. She was just selling her sessions in between, which was 4,000 per 50 minutes, and I don't have a money plan for that. There was no plan or strategy. There was no way of contacting her when I'm in need. And mostly it was, oh, you pay, and the payment process was very long. I explained them so many times that I'm doing this all by myself, so make it easy for me, and what to do. And she was expecting me to download a Zoom link during a panic attack, during my manic episode, when all my PTSD was revived. I was not, I, as a person, I needed someone else to take care of me, and I was waking myself up. I was feeding myself to retain my energy, because I've been through this so many times. I had this in my conscious mind because I meditate a lot, and for a very long time I have been adamant about my healing, and I wanted to get better, and that's why I took professional help. So this professional help did what? She left me alone with a number and said that you should go and sign in for a facility. And to a rape survivor, she gave me some hospital's number and a male doctor's number. And after that, she didn't check on me. So after that, I had two friends from London staying in contact with me, but of course they couldn't come. They were looking for people close to me, because my mind was not working. I was doing as much as I can. I was keeping myself awake as well, because I was so scared that last time I got sexually assaulted by a trusted friend who was like a father figure to me, who was a mentor to me, and he's a known artist of Pakistan, and he has a daughter of 18 years old, and he has a wife as well. So that took a lot of shock and sadness and disappointment being a person, and I'm allowed to feel all of that. I was told to move on, but my body and mind and my heart cannot do that. And tell me, if in comments, if you are this person in my position, what would have you done? So I was just trying to get better and registering that what's happening with me, and I was seeking professional help. So in this regard, what happened next was, that's another story. I was a psychiatrist, and you put psychiatrist or medication to ease your anxiety so you don't collapse. And during my sessions also, I'm talking about rape, or when I was 3, I was assaulted and all of that. And what she was doing, which was the worst part, is that, okay, wait, I will turn off the fan so I can listen to you. Oh wait, I will put my laptop on charge so I don't get disturbed between. Oh wait, Mehreen. And I said, you don't know my name. I am talking about my most deepest disappointments and sorrows and my most painful moments, and you don't give me this trust that you know my name. And she didn't suggested a psychiatrist. She did not clearly know about trauma therapy, and she put my life in danger. So when you are going for therapy, make sure that they take your emergency numbers. It can be a friend or neighbor or anyone you can trust or who understands your position. They cannot call you with wrong names. They have to be professional. You are opening up in front of them. You are telling your things which you don't tell to anyone. Third is, they have to share a plan and a strategy if you're going for trauma therapy or depression or anxiety or anything. Fourth is, if they open your Pandora box of emotions, they have to tell you some exercises like my last therapist did, that if you are having a panic attack or if you're having social anxiety or if you're depressed or something, what you should do. This person was asking me, what do you want me to do? And I'm in panic and looking for help, and she is the doctor. For example, if I'm having a heart attack, doctor asks me, what do you want me to do, how to save you? How am I supposed to tell you? I'm the one who is burning, who is in pain. And she was asking me, what do you want me to do? And she called some other random person, I don't know. That's another, breaking your confidentiality rule as well. The person she can contact should be of my consent, not her convenience. And they need to tell you also, if you are in emergency, if you are in a danger to yourself, or to hurt someone or hurt yourself, that there should be a way in between sessions to call them as well, or contact them, or something like that. So there are few therapists that who share a contract and everything, and they tell you how they go about it. And otherwise also they tell you a way of not calling all the time 24/7, but in case of emergency you are able to easily contact them without buying the session all the time. So these are the few things that keep in mind, and you should keep in mind and go to see when you go to see a therapist, and make sure that they share their qualifications with you as well, and their experience as well, so they are authentic also. It's not, there are so many short courses therapists, sorry to say that, but it's not cool to play with someone's life. And so all of that led to a nervous breakdown when I was not able to work for 1.5 months, and I got a good psychiatrist who understood my situation, and who gave me medication, and who guided me through it to how to get better and how to start working again and functioning again. So he explained as well that what I was going through, she provoked all my traumas, and my anxiety was fogging my whole mind, which is why I lost the memory of functioning regularly. So in one day, I was only able to do 2 tasks, like shower and eat, and that's it. And then I started increasing my tasks, that 5 day tasks a day, and these days also that I work and I take a break, and then I work and then take a break. That's how I am physically as well, because my body had to go through a lot. It's physical, it's not invisible. When you have heart attack or high blood pressure or low blood pressure, it's same thing like that. When your body is going through so much shock, and sexual assaults are physical. It affects you physically. It's your body which has been attacked. So I don't understand why people don't understand that. And it's not that I was on the road, not dressed appropriate or anything. It's not my fault. I trusted someone and they took my trust. That's my fault. I'm not going to put that trust in anyone, should I? Or I should give up on humanity and not just label everyone. No, I'm not doing that. I still have good friends who supported, who asked me, who checked on me, and I am setting boundaries, and I'm being very careful with the signs of predators. There are signs of predators. I will make another video about signs of predators, that what I have experienced in my life, and another video vlog. So about that during that time, since last February 2020 it happened, and I was going through a breakdown and I was coping with it. So I faced a lot of social taboos. I called a couple of friends, some understood, one giggled, and being a woman, she did not understand what I'm talking about. I told about this incident and this happened. There was one friend who was very supportive, but then of course I needed professional help. So I asked for professional help. I was called that it's a phase, it will go on, and you are seeking attention, and move on, and all of that. And when I was having panic attacks, I made some friends also. And when you have a panic attack, if you have a friend or a family member who's going through that, it has nothing to do with negative or positive thinking. It's just triggers and patterns. I keep a strict track of my patterns and triggers, and I know I have been very efficient with my work. I've been doing this with all of these mental illnesses. I have been curating projects, cultural exchange projects. I've been traveling. I've been running ventures, promoting artists, other people as well. So I think if you want to have a justification of a person living with mental illnesses and having all of these struggles, then you should, this is the perfect example that we don't have to have any work efficiency problem. Everybody gets sick. So what if I got sick and I took a break for 1.5 months? I deserve that break, and I was not well. And just because I'm a girl and I don't follow or live with traditional values or traditional setup, the family setup they have. So a lot of people didn't understand that as well, and I am focusing on very very few people who understand. But then if you have a person who is going through that, you need to understand that there are chemical imbalances. You cannot just criticize that person or make fun of it when you are at your lowest. Look at the bright side, that how much this person has been going through and how much this person go through having this anxiety, this burning in your heart all the time and living with it as well. And please don't use it as rape is not a joke. It's not funny. There is nothing funny about depression. There is not funny about anxiety. You have anxiety, go take professional help and have some trusted people around you as well who understands also, because everybody doesn't do that and everybody doesn't have to. That's what I've learned as well. But instead of calling them toxic, or I was called by a mature person that toxic and victim card. I was trying to explain what I'm going through. My body and mind was going through, and I was not feeling safe, and all of that. I was panicking, and I was called playing a victim card. A woman is talking about me too, and you are calling this a victim card. And I had to deal with my security and all of that also. There was so many social taboos. So if there are psychiatrists and psychologists and medicines for mental illnesses, that means it's just common sense that you understand this, that there is a mind, brain is an organ, and it has its own illnesses, own struggles, and our mind operate our own body. This is like the center of everything for us. So how it won't affect you physically? It's common sense. Don't make yourself a fool. Those people who don't understand mental illnesses, I think they're making a fool out of themselves, to be very honest, because they don't understand anxiety, they don't understand stress. They see people taking antidepressants, they see people hyperventilating and not understanding, they see people having triggers and all of that, and still choose to make fun of them. How cruel and how stupid is that? So don't be that stupid. I don't have any other words to say, because I have been exhibiting internationally for so many years, for a decade. You can see my work on my website, and that's all for mental health awareness, and that was a direct visual narration of my emotional state when I stopped, then before I started making these vlogs. So I have been trying to make people understand, and of course in my social life I receive all kinds of comments and judgments and good support as well. It's everything. Good support is there, but we need to make it like 100% support or more support as much as possible for all those people who are struggling in these households, who are abuse survivors or who are being sexually assaulted and having the struggles. There are so many things that people struggle with. So, depression, anxiety, all of that. So we need to understand that instead of, I was unwell, had a nervous breakdown, and I think if among thousands, 5 people understood that what I'm going through, and a lot of people didn't want to discuss it, or I did receive call, but I was not allowed to, there was no acknowledgement of asking that how are you going, how are you feeling, or how's your nervous breakdown going on. And I was, my mind, my body and soul was attacked, and I needed a shoulder to cry on. So only 3 people, I had 3 shoulders, and I'm very grateful about these numbers, because that's all matters. That's it. These people matters to me. And I learned a great deal after this nervous breakdown of not being in denial. I am accepting myself that this is me, leave it or take it, because I cannot go according to others' convenience, how they want me to. If I don't like to go to social gatherings, I'm saying no. If I don't like to do a few things, I'm learning to say no. I'm not pleasing other people for their convenience. I'm pleasing myself, and I'm taking care of myself. And that's all matter, because I deserve it. And like any other thing, you have hepatitis C or whatever, I had a nervous breakdown, and there is no shame for it. And I have been through a lot. So being a human, it happens. Just because I'm a girl who lives with, by her own rules, doesn't mean that I am not a human. So we are human. Everyone from every class, locality, society, we are humans first. And we get sick. There are different kinds of sicknesses. different people get sick, and that's how we get better as well. I'm accepting myself, and I'm not fighting myself for separating me for my PTSD and my developmental trauma. I'm accepting myself, and my I am producing a new series of how am I surviving and healing and all of that. So this is one person with balances of both, and I wish I didn't have these struggles. And I also wish that I was just my life is perfect, otherwise I didn't have these. But we don't get all of it. There is always a something missing, or maybe it's making me a stronger person, or it's making me make these vlogs and sit here and talk about it, and making my work powerful. So there will be more work coming up. I will be doing some of sharing some of my new videos, my video art installations in coming days on my website. So you can visit www.mehreenhashmi.com. And if you are living with mental illnesses, you are amazing, you are very strong, you are very brave, and you deserve all the love and understanding. And if you are not, please do understand who are living with it. If you like this video, please do comment and let me know what you think about it, and if you are facing all these troubles or anything like that. Please do subscribe if you have not subscribed to this channel. I'm posting every week. There is another series called Behind the Art Scene, because I'm a curator, and it's all about my work with art as well. This is also with art as well. I started sharing after exhibiting my work, whole series of my mental illnesses for a decade now, and now I will be doing more. Take care and much love. Bye.